Your very first acting role was a Taco Bell commercial. Is this right?
Yeah, 100.
How did you come up on such a huge commercial, your very first, like, out the gate?
So I'll give you the short story. I had a girlfriend at the time who she wanted to be an actress and model. I never thought about it. I was running the streets, acting a fool. Right place, right time.
But acting a fool.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a double hit. So she asked me to go to this acting class with her. I went. I was like on some whatever status about it. But literally, right place, right time. I was in this acting class. Never thought about acting a day in my life. Again, it was her dream, not mine. I didn't even have a dream at that time. Guy comes up to me and he says, "Hey, man, you're funny. You want to be in a Taco Bell commercial?" Because when I was in the acting class, just keeping it 100, I thought everybody was dorks and nerds. So I started talking smack. And the producer comes up to me and he says, "Hey, you want to be in a commercial, Taco Bell commercial?" And I thought he was on.
He just offered it to you?
Just like that. And I thought he was on some BS, whatever. I gave him my number.
Who do you trust in this industry?
Pretty much, yeah. But I was like 15 at the time. I was 15 years old. So this was like 30 plus years ago. And anyways, I ended up giving him my number. It ended up being real.
I mean, you were still in high school at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 weeks later, I was on the set of a Taco Bell commercial, doing a Taco Bell commercial.
Holy shit.
And the way it happened was, at that time at 15, I was ignorant to residual checks. Mm-hmm. I didn't know nothing about residual checks.
Business, nothing.
I thought you had to like work to get paid.
You got to explain to some of these people who aren't actors what are residual checks. What
residual checks is like, imagine working on the commercial one day in your life, but if they show that commercial 15 times in one day, that's 15 checks.
Let's go.
So they showed this commercial for a whole. They
Run
showed
me my money.
And these checks were clearing. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
That was the other part.
Bouncing.
Right? Yeah, they were bouncing. I was like, damn.
Checks,
no return check fee.
I straight up won like a baby lottery. You know what I mean? I worked one day in my life, got paid for like a whole year, went from pretty much nothing to bling bling overnight, and I kept on getting paid, but it got kind of weird. But, I was cashing them. I had my story for court. They kept on paying me. I didn't know, right? But after it got weird and I got so many checks, I called up the producer and I said, "Why I keep on getting paid for this commercial?" And he goes, No, that's how actors get paid. I said, "What?" I said, "Well, I want to be an actor." You know what I'm saying? So he hooked me up with a manager friend of his. I go in like this, not knowing nothing from nothing. And he was like, "Man, you're cool. Let me see." So everything he started sending me out on was Gangster 1, Cholo 2, Trigger. I was like, man, I grew up like this in real life. I thought I was here to act.
Yeah.
And that's how it kicked.
Did you have this look at 15? Wow. Like, did you have a shaved head?
Yeah.
Did you have hair?
I was running the street. Not running the streets, but I was part of the street life at that time, at that age. And I'm not saying I was the craziest in the streets, but I'm saying been there, done that, was living that life. And that's kind of how it took off.
Wow. Got rich off of being you. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it was not. So let me make this point clear, because since you asked, every time I share this story, I do got to make this point. When I first got in the game, I'll be 100% real. It was all about money, because I never made that much money so quickly. But as I started doing it, it was a true passion of mine. It became, because I say we have the funnest job in the world. Like, the money was just a bonus later, because we have one of the most funnest jobs in the world. We get to do stuff like this. It's always something different. You meet new people. It's never the same thing. So, you know what I mean? I was just like, damn, like, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this. You know what I mean? So I just took the ride and I was like, let's go.
It's hard to imagine, man, being 15 years old, You're so relatable, as a person. You're in here, and I feel like as soon as you walk through the door, of the radio station, it felt like I was, one of the homies, you know what I mean?
No, it's automatic love, man. So, like I said, I love everybody.
So when I picture you as a 15-year-old kid, I see myself, right? At 15 years old, my guy, I was playing baseball. I was in a marching band in high school. And I barely got I was working at Carl's Jr., I think, at 15. I'm pretty sure I was working at Carl's Jr.
Sounds about right.
And
I worked at Burger King. So
I worked at McDonald's.
Oh, there it is. We got all three.
Look, my first check, I thought I was like doing it. You know what I mean? I had them hours,
$700 check, for 2 weeks.
All day long.
I can only imagine.
I got some hair on my chest. I'm doing it.
Let's go.
Like 16, he was buying a house already. 17, a car.
Listen.
I was buying speakers for the back of the whip.
And the speakers were worth more than the car.
Right?
That's how we did it at that time.
And the 12s in the back.
Oh, my God.
And a station wagon.
You hear me coming around?
Boys.
It's like a radio on wheels.
I can't even imagine, man, a residual check from a Taco Bell commercial. That's crazy, man.
Rockstar Radio Podcast.